Welcome, everybody. I'm Philip Deneen, President of the Board of Education. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Beckman right now.
I'm going to invite my friends up on stage. Oh, this side. I know, we move the flag.
We move the flag, so they're a little thrown off. All right, so salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you very much, Ms. Beckman, and to the students at the signing. It was very impressive. It's the first time I ever saw that. And I really enjoy when we do take our board meetings on the road and we do get to see the students do the pledge. And it's really heartwarming to see them. And thank you all for doing that. Okay, continue again.
All right, I think I'm going to ask the board to please join the audience. All right, here we are. Thank you to Olivia, Waverly, Lorelei, Noah, and Ryan for leading us in the pledge. It's very impressive that you still remember from American Sign Language Club, and they do that each day in their classroom, which is why I wanted to share it with all of you. So tonight, at Commack Road Elementary School, community is at the heart of everything that we do. Whether it's within our classrooms, across our hallways, or throughout our broader Islip community, we strive to create meaningful connections that help our students grow, not just academically, but socially and emotionally as well. Our school-wide motto, Yes at Crest, YES, take care of yourself, take care of our school. See, they have it. They say it each day. Thank you. It guides our daily actions and shapes the culture of our building. It reminds our students that learning goes hand in hand with empathy, responsibility, and respect. Through this shared commitment, our students come to see that they are part of something bigger. A school family that values kindness, collaboration, and community. Tonight's presentation, From Classrooms to Community, Crest in Action, highlights a few of the ways that spirit comes to life here at Commack Group. From writing celebrations and student learning experiences to service projects and partnerships that bring us together and make Crest such a special place to learn and grow. So now I would like to invite Emma and JoJo up to the stage. All right, so the clubs at Crest are officially up and running, offering our students a variety of opportunities to explore their interests and try something new. Emma and JoJo, I'd like for you to share more about the clubs that we are so grateful to continue to have each year.
Good evening, my name is Emma and I am a member of the Crest Student Government. We are offering many different clubs at Crest this year. Returning clubs include Board Game Club, Multicultural Club, Coding Club, and Lego Robotics. Sports Club is a new club being offered this year.
Hello, my name is Jojo, and I'm also a member of Crest Student Government. In this club, we will work on finding ways to support our school and Islip community. One of our first big projects is our fall food drive. We start accepting donations this week. Be on the lookout for the flyer and more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma and Jojo. It's been wonderful to see so many students eager to participate and get involved, as well as deepen their interest through our experiences. I will say that the coding club, the big exciting thing, is the hackathon that takes place in the spring. So the students, there's a team of 8 that get to go, and it's against various schools all over Long Island. And we have done pretty good. If we win, we get to host the hackathon. I don't know how I feel about that. But coming in strong second, no, I'm just kidding. It'd be great. It's really awesome how well they do and how excited they get with everything coding. All right. So now I'd like to invite Wyatt and Ben. So this fall, we were once again grateful to welcome members of the Islip Elks Lodge 2533, who continue to keep the dictionary project tradition alive at Commack Road. Wyatt and Ben, I'd like for you to share a bit more about the day.
Hi, my name is Wyatt and this is Ben. We are the current historians in student government. The dictionary project began in 1995 in South Carolina. The goal of this project is to help children in 3rd grade build strong reading and writing skills. In 2004, the Elks joined the program.
Each 3rd grader receives a dictionary to keep and use at school and at home. The goal is to help the students to become better readers and writers. This year, as the Elks Lodge number 2533 visited the Crest 3rd graders on October 17th to continue this wonderful tradition. Thank you.
I will say that our students some were very excited to show me the world's largest word, and it took out the amount of letters in the page, like almost the whole page. So I learned something new as well from our students that day. All right, and moving on, speaking of using our dictionary and writing, tomorrow here at Commack Road, we will be having our writing celebrations. So each grade, this was their first writing unit, and 2nd grade, making small moments big. The students learned to zoom in on meaningful personal moments. In 3rd grade, the art of information writing, students became experts and taught others through their writing. In 4th grade, spinning true stories into gold, they transformed everyday experiences into powerful narratives. And in 5th grade, turning life into literature, students crafted stories that reflect insight, voice, and style. I would now like to invite some 5th grade students, Jaden, Carla, Casey, PJ, and Wyatt, to share a bit about their writing process and product that they will be celebrating tomorrow.
Williams, and I am in 5th grade. When writing my narrative essay, I used the author's craft and vivid verbs to make my writing come alive for the reader. Here is an example from my reading. I gazed at the box. I quickly realized that it couldn't be a dog because it wasn't making any noise. I glared at the box like an eagle lasering its prey with a sharp eyesight. As soon as the box touched the floor, I ripped the paper off. And then the box went bark. Yeah. I was shivering to see what was inside, but I overcame my fear and looked in. I saw a black figure. I picked it up, and it was a dog. I jumped up and down in disbelief. Now I have a dog named Pluto, and he is a barking lunatic.
Hi, my name is Wyatt Dillon. I'm going to share with you how dialogue can enhance your writing. We have been working on our narrative writing and learning how to use dialogue to show how characters communicate and show internal thinking. Here's an example of how I use dialogue in my writing. The time I climbed up the Eiffel Tower. We were walking to the Eiffel Tower, and my brother said, I can see it. And then I said, yay, we're so close. Then I bolted up the stairs with my family, and then I started jogging. I wonder how long these stairs are. I could see the first floor, so I screamed, we're so close. But my mom said, no, I signed us up to go to the second floor. And me and my brother yelled, yay! I was thinking, I can't wait to get to the top.
Hi, my name is PJ Fishbine, and my personal narrative is about my flag football championship game. In writing workshop, I worked on adding author's craft and sensory details in my writing. Here's an example. It was Sunday and we had 2 games. If we win the first one, we'll go to the championship. I had butterflies in my stomach. Let's go, we're in the championship. We have 15 minutes to go get water and eat food if you have. It was windy and the sky was blue and the sun was out. All you heard was the wind. It was sad that it was the last game, but that does not matter right now. It was not. What a game. We were losing. If we got 1 point, we win. Last play, let's do this.
Hi, my name is Casey Alvarez, and I'm in the 5th grade class. In my personal narrative titled The Nightwalk, I learned how to slow down a moment and zoom in on the small details to include my thoughts and actions. A line from my narrative is about encountering an unknown animal while on a nighttime walk with my mom is a flashlight flickers into the cold winter breeze, and that that's when I looked up and saw it. The small details help to build suspense and make the reader feel like they were right there with me. Hello, my name is Carla Martinez-Adrobo. I learned that writers can enhance their writing by adding an author's note. An author's note gives the reader background information about the author and is written in third person. I'd like to share mine with you tonight. Carla Martinez-Adrobo was born December 5th, 2014. She lives with her mom, dad, brother, and her puppy Edie that she got this summer. She's in the 5th grade and she goes to Commack Road Elementary School. Carla loves soccer, making bracelets, drawing, crochet, Legos, and dancing. That's why she wrote about her first dance recital. She really loves dance, especially jazz. Her first dance recital is a moment that she will never forget. Carla has also written some other pieces like her writing project about extreme weather that you may check out.
Let's have another big round of applause, because that was not easy for them to do. All right, so something new here at Commack Road this year is our sensory room, which is very exciting. I will share that this dedicated space serves a variety of students throughout the school day. For some, it's a positive reward as a part of a behavior plan, while for others, it provides a calm environment to take a break or release extra energy. The room is still a work in progress, but each day more students are using it, and it is becoming an important resource for supporting self-regulation, focus, and overall well-being. Tomorrow night, to anyone that wants to test their knowledge, please come to SEPTA's Trivia Night at Kitty Mulligan's at 7 p.m. because SEPTA is fundraising for the sensory rooms here in Islip. So enjoy a trivia night. I'll be there. Can't guarantee I'll win, but I'll try. We'll have fun. So please come on out and support our fundraising for the sensory rooms here in Islip. So next I would like to share a little bit about our high school helpers, which I don't know if all of you know about this program. At Commack Road, we are proud to continue the High School Helpers program, which builds a bridge between our elementary and high school communities. A group of high school students visit for about an hour every other day partnering with an assigned teacher to gain firsthand experience in the world of education. Throughout the year, they assist in classrooms, support our young learners, and see what goes into planning, teaching, and building relationships with students. For many, this experience helps spark or strengthen their interest in pursuing a career in education. An inspiring way to grow future educators right here within our own community. So I would like to invite Julia to share a bit more about her firsthand experience.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, faculty, and guests. My name is Julia Drummerhauser, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share how the Teachers Preparation Program at Islip High School has impacted my life and shaped my future. I've wanted to be a physical education teacher since 4th grade. Back then, my physical education teachers inspired me every day with the energy and encouragement, showing me how powerful it is to help students feel confident and capable. Now through this program, I've had the amazing opportunity to work with students and work with students around the same age, and it's such a rewarding feeling to think that I might inspire them the same way my teachers inspired me. Working alongside Ms. Rippert in the physical education program has taught me so much already. I've learned how to design engaging lessons, communicate effectively with students, and manage a class with patience and positivity. I've also discovered how important it is to adapt to each student's individual needs and make sure every child feels included. As the year continues, I'm excited to keep learning how to assess students' progress, build stronger leadership skills, and gain even more hands-on experiences that will prepare me for my future career. I'm proud to share that I'm committed to attending Westfield State University, where I'll be pursuing my degree in physical education and continuing to play women's soccer. My love for both teaching and athletics connects perfectly with what I'm learning in this program. It's teaching me how to motivate others, work as part of a team, and lead by example both in the classroom and on the field. The Teachers Preparation Program has been one of the best experiences of my high school years. It's given me real-world experiences, reinforced my passions for education, and confirmed that this is exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life. Thank you to Ms. C., Ms. Rittberg, and the Board of Education for supporting programs that help students discover who they're meant to be. Thank you.
All right, so thank you. You did a great job, Julie. I know it's not easy to speak up in front of all of these people, but you're definitely ready to be a teacher now. So at Commack Road, we proudly embrace our annual Power of Pink campaign, and this year holds special meaning as we mark its 10th anniversary. From October 6th through 17th, our school community came together in strength, compassion, and purpose. Mrs. Neves, a breast cancer survivor and former Crest student, current 4th grade teacher, has turned this initiative into a deeply personal mission, honoring fighters and survivors, including former Commack Road principal, Jeanette Feminella. I'd now like to invite Kayla, James, Jackson, and Kenzie to share about the Power of Pink initiative.
Good evening. My name is Kenzie. And I am James Einhorn. My name is Kayla Lawrence.
I am Jackson Rios.
We are in Mrs. Neve's 4th grade class. This year at Crest marked the 10th anniversary for Power of Pink campaign. The campaign ran from October 6th to October 17th. Today we would like to take some time to share with you a bit of what our campaign looks like. For 2 weeks, we sold pink merchandise such as pink ducks, pens, pinwheels, bracelets, and personalized pink ribbons. We also sold 10th anniversary t-shirts. We sold every morning before announcements and at the end of the day before dismissal. Students and staff were very generous and eager to help support the cause. Tonight we are selling our 10th anniversary Power of Pink t-shirt. Please support us.
The campaign ended on Friday, October 17th, our 10th annual Power of Pink Day. We wore our t-shirts proudly. The president of Islip Breast Cancer Coalition visited us and told us about what they do. The money we donate will help us erase some burden patients may go through during and after their diagnosis and treatment. It made us feel proud to know that we were able to help people in need.
We are so proud to announce that we raised a total of $2,924. This money will go towards the Jeanette Feminella Scholarship Fund. She was a beloved principal here at Crest who lost her battle to this disease. We will also donate money to the Islip Breast Cancer Coalition. It was an honor for us to raise money for the breast cancer and to know that we are helping to make a positive difference in someone's life. Thank you.
Our Power of Pink is more than a fundraiser. It's a reminder of our shared strength and compassion. So many of us, my gosh, I can't even say it, myself included, have been personally touched by breast cancer. And my hope is that this tradition continues to be a source of awareness, unity, and hope for our entire Commack Road community. Probably should have finished with that one because that one's really hot. All right, naturally transition to our outdoor classroom. So last year, you may remember that I introduced the space that we plan to use for our outdoor classroom, and I would like to share that some progress has been made. Over the summer, the dry well replacement took place, and now we have a gate. Yay! So the area is fenced in, which is another big step. We didn't want to put a whole classroom in place and then not have it be secure. So what you're looking at here is the student gate that they would have access to. It locks from the outside, the dress exits from the inside, so that students in classes would come out. There is another gate kind of under the basketball hoops that would be an access point for building and grounds, so they can get equipment in and out, mowing the lawn, that type of thing. So we are very excited to have the next phase, which will be leveling the ground and getting some grass growing in hopes that our project and our outdoor classroom space will really become something a little more exciting, but a fence is really, really exciting and very expensive. But I would like to thank District Administration and the Board of Ed for the continued support of our commitment to completing this project the right way and ensuring that our students will benefit from this learning space for many years to come, just as our friends at Sherwood do. And now I would like to invite Ms. Oberer up to speak about music ensembles.
Hello, good evening. My name is Teresa Ober. I am the band director here at Commack Road. And Ms. Beckman asked me to talk about our music department, which I could talk all night about that, but I'm going to keep it short and succinct to some of the amazing things that we do here. So we have a band, orchestra, and chorus program here, and our numbers this year are just out of control in the most amazing way. We have more kids than any of us really knew what to do with this year, which is the best problem possible. This year, for example, in chorus in 5th grade, there's 44 kids, but in 4th grade, there's 71, which is a massive growth year to year. In band, there's 48 kids in 5th grade and 60 in 4th grade. And in orchestra, there's 35 in 5th grade and 48 in orchestra. So something happened over this last year. I don't know what we did, and the kids are just coming, and it's a very large percentage of our students are involved in one of our 3 ensembles, over 100 kids per grade, so it's pretty amazing. Some amazing achievements is that this year for SCMEA, which is our all-county band, orchestra, and chorus, they collect with all the students in Suffolk County and they pick the best of the county. And we nominated 16 chorus students, 4 band students, and 3 orchestra students. We don't find out who gets selected till December, but that's a pretty amazing amount of students, even just considered for that. We had 4 students attend our SCMEA Day of Peak, which is a more general music-based music program. And then last year for NYSSMA, we had so many kids attend. We had 36 choral students, 17 band students, and 10 orchestra students. One of those was even in 3rd grade, which is not normal. That's someone really ahead of the game. We just have so many kids trying, they just want to play. We have the most amazing supportive program here. I worked in the city 10 years prior. This is my 5th year here in Islip, and every year I'm just so lucky and just incredibly amazed at the support, and that these students come in and free of charge they get to play an instrument, and we support them from 4th grade all the way up to 12th grade, and the numbers are just amazing watching them. And now, being in a district where I get to watch them, I get to see them go to middle school and high school and see the amazing things they continue to do. I always love this quote. My favorite band composer, Randall Standridge, I idolize this man, always says you can't get to Carnegie Hall without hot cross buns. So what we do here at Commack Road, although very small and little, and the music is little, that's where you start. That everyone played hot cross buns, even the people who get to the best stages in the world. So on that note, we have 9 students here who are going to play a song you may have heard on repeat for the last 3 months or so, even if they're not in band. So I'd like to welcome up our 5th graders. I'm going to call them up by name as they come onto the stage. You can go right behind. We have Wyatt, we have Jaden, we have Emma, we have Peyton, we have Erman, we have Carla, Mackenzie, Joy, and June, and I'm going to help them get some music stands and get on stage.
And if you were not familiar, that was Golden, famous from K-pop Demon Hunters, which I don't really think they had a reason to learn it, but when kids are motivated to learn some new music, we embrace that, and I thought that was pretty amazing. So another round of applause, please. All right, so we are coming down to the end of our presentation here. I would like to invite, I have a few guests who are going to speak about this, but I don't remember who. Milan and Nicholas? Oh, yeah, all right. So Officer Fernandez came to visit a few days here at Commack Road. He visited 2nd and 3rd grade classes and then did some assemblies for 4th and 5th grade, but I will let Nicholas and Milan speak a bit more about it.
My name is Nicholas. This year at Crest, we are working with Officer Fernandez to build connections to our community. He spent time in classrooms with 2nd and 3rd graders. The goal was to share ideas about how to keep communities safe.
Hello, my name is Moore. I'm here to talk about how Officer Fernandez is working with 4th and 5th graders. We talked about internet safety and being smart on social media. We also talked about ways to prevent bullying. The goal is to build a respectful environment both online and in the real world. Thank you for your time tonight.
So just to add a little bit about Officer Fernandez works out of headquarters in Suffolk PD, and his presentations, I really have to say, were very engaging and age appropriate. He was dynamic with the kids. I mean, he told the same joke every time I attended the assembly, but it was, the kids laugh, you know. He's like, I'm driving in my car, drinking my coffee, eating my... Yep. But they laughed. He was really engaging. It was a great experience for them. And that leads us to what I would like to share. So throughout this presentation, we've celebrated the many ways our Crest community continues to grow stronger through connection, collaboration, and shared experiences. Building on that spirit of community, we're thrilled to announce that Commack Road will host its first ever First Responders Day on April 16th, 2026. We realize here that in Commack Road, our community includes so many family members who will proudly serve as first responders, whether it's police officers, firefighters, nurses, EMTs, and we want to take the opportunity to recognize and celebrate them. So on this day, April 16th, we will welcome and invite them to our building. We have a few things planned, so please be on the lookout. This is the save the date. I know the first responders, sometimes you have to make sure you put in for the day ahead of time. So if you are working and you would like to join us, please save that date for April 16th. And around the new year, I will send a parent square with more information, with more details. But we're looking for a really fun and exciting day that I really think will show and demonstrate the great community here in Islip. So, thank you.
I just want to thank Mrs. Beckman to our musicians, all our students, our readers, our writers. It's really exciting to see, and I've said this before, the education is always evolving and it's always changing. I went to Commack Road Elementary School many, many years ago, and you can just see how it's really progressed and what they're teaching students now. It's just really amazing. I don't recall if we were doing that back in school, but again, that was many years ago. And it's interesting to see the fenced-in area that you have back there. And if I'm not mistaken, that was originally for the kindergartners in first grade. It was a little sand pit, and they had those elephants that were on those metal rockers that you could, and there was some really dangerous equipment back there, but it was a lot of fun back there. But it was a lot of fun, and it's great memories, and that's what it's all about. You want to have fun, and that makes you want to learn, and that's what I'm seeing here. And that's what I love when we take these Board of Ed meetings to all our buildings. We really get to showcase all the good things that we do here. So thank you to Ms. Beckman, to your staff, and everyone here, all the administrators, all the teachers. It makes Islip a wonderful place, and it makes people want to live here. And it's a great time. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Beckman and students, and thank you, Mr. Deneen. I just would like 5 more minutes of everybody's time, and then we'll take a brief break to allow the students to get home and finish their homework. We have a special guest with us tonight. We have our New York State Senator Monica Martinez is in the audience with us. She's been here watching the students just about since she started. We had invited the board and I, Ms. Martinez, to come to our meeting tonight because we wanted to thank her. Last year, Senator Martinez secured for our school district a $35,000 grant. That was money that came directly from the state legislature from our school district. I had a meeting with Senator Martinez in my office, and she said, "How can I help?" And I said, "We're in jeopardy of losing a program if this funding disappears." She said, let me think about that, let me work on that, and probably a week later gave me a phone call and said, I can offer you a grant for $35,000, to which we gratefully accepted. And we used the money in that grant to support our social emotional learning programs, and this year to spread yoga throughout our elementary grades. So every student throughout the school district, Senator Martinez, has an opportunity on a rotating basis to participate in yoga, which we think is good for their, obviously, physical body, but also for their mental well-being. And so without your grant, it would have been possible. Senator Martinez is a former educator, so she stays in touch with our schools. She supports us in many ways. One of them recently being legislation that proposes specialized training for security guards, specifically school security guards. And so that's the legislation we would support wholeheartedly. So with that, Senator, if you'd like to come down, we have just a small certificate of appreciation for you. Folks, Senator Martinez. Would the board mind to put a photo with the senator? Okay, next on our agenda, we have a presentation by our external auditor. So I think, students, would you like to stay and see the audit presentation? Or would you like to go home and do homework? Practice more music? Well, we'll take a 5-minute break to allow our students and parents to go home. Thank you for your attendance this evening.
Thank you for inviting me to present. My name is Lisa Ciano, and I am the audit manager at Cullen & Danowski. We are engaged as the external auditors to audit the district's financial statements that are prepared by the district and their business consultants. As part of our engagement, we issue 4 reports. I'm going to briefly summarize those for you. So first, we issue the audited financial statements. This includes 2 auditors' reports. The first is our independent auditor's report, which provides our opinion on the financial statements, and there are 4 possible opinions that you can receive. There's an unqualified or unmodified opinion. This is the most favorable, often referred to as the clean opinion. There will be a qualified opinion, which means there's a material misstatement, but it's not pervasive. An adverse means it's materially misleading, and a disclaimer of opinion means there's not enough evidence to form an opinion. I'm pleased to report that the district has received an unmodified opinion on the financial statements. This means that they are presented fairly in all material respects, the financial position and the results of operations. The second auditor report covers internal controls over financial reporting and compliance, performed in accordance with governmental auditing standards. We do not express an opinion on the effectiveness of internal controls, but if we had identified any material weaknesses or significant deficiencies, we would communicate them. And I'm happy to report that no such items were identified during our audit. The second report that we issue is the Extra Classroom Funds Activity Fund financial statements. This report is presented on the cash receipt and disbursement basis of accounting. All this information is in your district-wide financial statements as well. Slight difference, the district-wide is on the modified accrual basis. So if you're comparing the 2, you may notice differences for accounts receivable and accounts payable. The third and fourth reports that we issue are the required communications with those charged with governance. The governance communication letter discusses our responsibilities, any significant accounting estimates, audit adjustments, and any difficulties or disagreements encountered during the audit. I can confirm that we encountered no difficulties and had no disagreements with management. Any audit adjustments proposed by us are attached to that letter. And the last one is our management comment letter. This includes matters that were not material weaknesses or significant deficiencies, but are still important for management's attention. Each year we will review prior year comments, the status of those comments, and I can report that there are a few items that still remain in progress, but there were no new comments for the current year audit. So overall, the audit went very smoothly. I'm going to jump into the financials a little bit. Just a very brief overview. The general fund balance decreased by $2.59 million, which includes a withdrawal for $1.1 million from the capital reserve that was approved by proposition number 2. Total fund balance, including your reserves at the end of the fiscal year, was 16.5% of total expenditures, and your unassigned fund balance, or rainy day funds, was 3.75% of your next year's budget. This is within the 4% limit. Revenues increased about 1.5% to $98.4 million. This is primarily from your tax levy, state aid, and interfund transfers, and this offset decreases in the BOCE surplus refunds and interest revenue. Expenditures increased $4.3 million, which is about 4.4% to almost $101 million. Excluding the transfer of the capital reserve, operating expenses increased $3.2 million. This is primarily in your payroll, which increased $1.6 million, benefits increased $1.3 million, and transportation increased $355,000. We'd like to thank the board, the superintendent, and business office for their cooperation and assistance throughout the audit process. So thank you again, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Under the operating results for the general fund, in the presentation you had shared that there was a $2.5 million decrease in fund balance.
Correct. So you're on page 25. Is that what you're looking at? Yes.
Yep. So can you just provide the community with the background for the decrease, please?
So a majority, right, is that transfer over to your capital projects fund, and a portion went into the special aid fund. right? That was like 1.2 million. And then the majority of your increases in expenses were your payroll, the benefits amounts that increased.
Thank
Okay,
you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Any questions from the public? Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our Friday presentations, and again, it was wonderful to see all those presentations tonight. Like I said, it's very exciting. Okay, we're going to move on now to our agenda items. There will be 3 items that we'll be voting on separately. That will be 5B, 5U, and 5B. So are there any questions from the board on any of the items we'll be voting on this evening? Any questions from the public we'll be voting on this evening? With that, then I'd like to get a motion to consent items 5A and then items 5C through 5S. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I get a second? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? And they will carry. Okay, our next item that we will not be voting on this evening, we're going to be pulling it. That is item 5B, the acceptance of the audit report. Ms. Sienna, would you like to?
Okay, so just to clarify, there is one adjustment that has to be made to the financial statement. In the capital projects fund, there was an installment purchase. It is presented in that fund right now as restricted cash and restricted fund balance. As the mechanics of accounting, we just have to shift some of that into accounts payable and expenditures. So it has no impact on our audit opinion of the financial statements, just a presentation.
Okay, the next item we need to, we'll be voting on is item 5U, the approval of the personnel schedule. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
That was Mr. Green, and the second was Mr. Leggio. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain, family member.
Okay. The next item we're voting on is item 5V, the approval of the CPSE schedules. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
That was Mr. Bueller.
Second.
And the second is Mr. Austin. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain for the same reason stated in the 8/26/25 meeting.
Okay, great. Okay, and that concludes our agenda items. We're going to be moving on to public questions. Ms. Carr, there is no public comment cards, so there is no public questions. We're moving on to our reports and correspondence. Our ex officio student member, Mr. Deutsch. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. This week has been an exciting one for Islip varsity sports. The girls volleyball, girls soccer, and boys soccer teams are all advancing to the next round of playoffs this Thursday. Islip students have been showing incredible school spirit, even traveling to away games to cheer on their classmates. We hope students continue to show their support and demonstrate their strong Islip school pride. The Booster Club is also looking to highlight all our fall sports teams. Parents and students who have photos or videos from games can share them by emailing ivclubpresident@gmail.com. Moving on to student safety, There have been ongoing conversations in the district regarding student safety and the possible addition of armed guards on campus. To ensure that student voices are heard in this important discussion, a survey has been created and will be sent out soon for students to complete. Parents are asked to remind their students to take a few minutes to fill it out. The feedback collected will help the district make informed decisions that reflect student perspectives and prioritize the safety of our schools. On the parent side, there will be a safety and security forum on November 19th focused on this topic. Parents interested in attending must sign up by October 31st. This forum will give parents the opportunity to share their thoughts and feelings as part of the district's ongoing conversation about school safety. And finally, Halloween is coming up this Friday, and schools have already had some great seasonal celebrations. The middle school's Halloween Spooktacular and the Trunk or Treat events at Wing, Commack Road, and Sherwood were all a big success. Students and families enjoyed the chance to come together for some fun and festive activities. We hope everyone continues to enjoy the celebrations and have a safe and happy Halloween. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Deutsch. I always love hearing your reports. They're so thorough, and you know, he put his application in for this. He got the spot, and you can really see why we selected him. I mean, he has a great skill set, and he had no mentoring prior to this, so he had no one to follow. So he's really doing this cold, and he really stepped into the position really well. And thank you so much. And thank you. Appreciate it. Next will be our NISBA annual business meeting. Ms. Regacki?
Sure. On October 16th, Board of Education delegates participated in the
2025 New York State School Board Association's annual business meeting and engaged in debate on a number of important issues. Nearly 350 delegates representing boards across New York State considered all 37 proposals that were submitted. By the end of the evening, delegates adopted 24 resolutions that will become advocacy positions for NISBA. Delegates also elected officers for the 2026 calendar year. Positions adopted during the business meeting will remain in effect for 5 years unless they are achieved sooner or otherwise rendered moot. The NISBA governmental relations team will work towards advancing those proposals that require legislative change to be implemented. A full list of the positions adopted during the business meeting can be found on the NISBA website, and our board's vote may be found in board docs. Our Board of Education's commitment was evident as each resolution was thoroughly reviewed. I'm honored to have had the opportunity to represent Islip again this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Regacki. And I forgot to ask how many hours?
This year it was 5 hours, 45 minutes.
5 hours and 45 minutes of voting. But there is a caveat to this. You did get a $10 Dunkin' Donuts card, so it always makes it worthwhile.
I want to add also that I provided the resolutions team some feedback about the meeting, and I wanted to share it with you. So
during this 5-hour and 45-minute session, a lot of very robust banter went back and forth. And while I find that it is super valuable, and I'm always up for a good debate and like listening to that kind of information, I found that I still had no choice, no matter what the debate was going on for 5 hours and 45 minutes. I was representing our board, and we had already made a decision about what this voting was about. So it didn't matter how many debates took place, my vote couldn't change. So I made a suggestion that prior to this official vote, that there be an opportunity for all board members from every single district to hear these same debates that I listened to for almost 6 hours. And then, and only then, can we all make a decision on how we want to vote after we've heard everybody's side of the story. So that was just a suggestion that I made as far as next year's vote. I don't know if anything will change, but it can't hurt to speak up. So that's all. Thank you.
Great, thank you. It's very important to have the voices heard. Okay, next was the New York State School Board Association Annual Convention Expo, which is in New York City this past weekend. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend it due to work, but the rest of the board and Dr. O'Hara were there, and that was all very informative, the classes that you took, so thank you. Okay, Some other topics, November 10th, 11th, and 12th, the Islip High School College trip. Mr. Austin and Dr. Harrow.
Sure, thank you. November 10th, 11th, and 12th is another overnight college trip for our high school students. We'll be away for 3 days, 2 nights, and over the course of that time, we will visit Morgan State University, American University, George Washington University, University of Maryland, and Georgetown University. As of right now, as of today, we have about 60 students signed up, and there's certainly room on that second bus, so anybody listening this evening, if you'd like your high school student to join the trip, please contact the high school administration and get on the bus with us.
Can we just add Stony Brook?
Oh yeah, just last week, our English department, under the direction of Ms. Wagner, organized a trip. We had about 44 high school students. We took a school bus over to Stony Brook University, had a wonderful guided tour. And for me, the highlight of the trip was we actually came across about 6 different alumni from Islip High School who embraced and engaged our current high school students and kind of gave them even deeper context about what Stony Brook has to offer. So it was another great trip.
Great, thank you, Dr. Harrow. And one other thing, I would be remiss, we were talking about the audit report and the audit committee. I'd just like to really recognize 2 of our volunteer members from the public. That's Ms. Laura Pear, who's in the audience here this evening, and Ms. Elaine Romite. They come with a wealth of information and great skill sets, and we're glad to have you part of the team and all the information that you guys provide. So thank you so much for your dedicated service to the district. I really appreciate it. That's going to conclude our reports and correspondence. I'm going to move on to updates to remember. November 4th will be Superintendent's Conference Day, no school for students. November 11th, there'll be no school closed in observance of Veterans Day. You know, and I remember there was some statistics on the number of people that enlist in the military. Look at my notes. Here it is. It was pretty interesting. Less than 1% of the U.S. population currently enlists in the military. However, there are about 7.4% of Americans that have served at some point in their lives, including all veterans, according to the 2023 data. So thank you to everyone that's serving currently in the military, to all those that are here with us today as veterans, and to all those who passed before us. Thank you for your service and all the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy. Makes this country great. So thank you to all veterans out there. It's greatly appreciated. Okay, and lastly, our next Board of Ed meeting will be on November 18th. 6 p.m. will be our executive session. 7:30 p.m. will be the public. And this will be at the Wing Elementary School. And also, November 19th is the safety forum. We'll see a safety forum right after that. So if you're not at that meeting, but that's just another reminder. And that's all we have. We're going to need to, that's going to conclude our meeting, but we're going to need to move into second exec for the purpose of personnel for a specific employee. So with that, I'd like to get a motion to move into executive session. Motion?
So moved.
Ms. Corinne, all second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Thank you folks for attending. Stay safe, and we'll see you at our next Board of Ed meeting.